here we go with 3.4 with Starcade Hellraiser. We're going to begin with, and they did the same thing roughly they did with the anti-tower, Xelphatol, the Ixal super stronghold, I guess, heading out of Kurthus toward Alamigo. This is the dungeon for the MSQ in 3.4. The trash is under face roll, so I'm going to skip it. We're going to do the whole thing in one video. We're going to do all 3 parts in one video. It's 50 lore bonus, 80 lore, and 50 scripture for clear. So let's jump right to the first boss. And here we go with Xelphatol. You notice even day 1, basically just 4 of us, me, my friend Arcus, and 2 others we picked up on the duty finder. Took us about 4 minutes to take care of the trash. So here we go, and you can guess that balloon's going to have something to do with all of this. But anyway, Xelphatol, you know, a lot of wind-based attacks here. You know, you'll eventually see why when you get to the final boss here. But basically, now his main thing, lift. He's going to lift up. So he's out of play. Now you got to take care of everything that's on the ground before he will become attackable again. Of course, he'll bomb you from up above, and basically you just got to kill everything, including the floating turret and the stitchers. Now that hot blast is mandatory. That will strike no matter what at, you know, at the kills, so you have to deal with that. Another floating turret as he's trying to be out of range while he's doing that. Now the hot blast, and that'll kick us up in the air. Whoop, a little bit of an extra, but now he gets to come down with it, so we can start the next part of it. Now he's attached to 2 air stones, and of course they both have to be killed. Squishy is all get out. I mean, this is basically start of patch. This is day 1. This is about 11:45 in the morning, about 9 hours after the patch landed, and who knows how much after that before everybody got to play it, after God knows what happened. But again, this is just utter face roll. I mean, this is supposed to be the, you know, 3.4 MSQ dungeon. 210, 220 to enter. Probably 210 actually, because I think it drops 225. Yep, here's a lift. So we actually have to do this again because we didn't get him quite down. Nope, the turret's invincible, moron. You gotta kill the air stones first. Of course, the moron's me. I didn't. So the floating turret again. Of course, he gets to hit with air raid all over the place. Again, hot blast. Whoop, another air raid. And he comes down. He's at 4%, and that's it. That's it for that. Very easy. 15 lore, and of course this is the Valkyrie set of stuff, and that drops at 225. So that's where that is. And we're going to jump ahead again through another set of irrelevant trash to the second boss. And we're back at the second boss. Look at that cool weapon. Totally Kilak. Of course, Arcus says, yeah, this is going to be interesting with that thing. Yeah, well, he's right. Said, I want that weapon, but of course, he's already going into... Get a look at this. Whoops. And that's one thing you got to worry about. The stab wound. basically helps compress the playing field. Now note those walls too. Note the walls that you see in the upper left and upper right. I think there's 4 of them as well. On high, and that of course swept me into the wall. On low basically is a foot sweep. On high gets everybody. And of course what that means is if you don't get swept into a wall, you get all the way over into the spikes where you will take the big DOT and get vulnerability up. So now of course you can see he's also spawning wind circles, which are damage over time, damage again. Helps to compress the field even further, but again, he just really doesn't have the power to deal with it, even if... Whoops, there's a little something I gotta worry about with that marker, Dark Wings. You can get marked later in the fight for Dark Wings, and that's not fun to deal with. But again, it's just, you look at this, it's... You know, and I said, because I was wondering, I guess this was 210, not 220, because it only drops 225. But still, it's like, and you'll see later in these videos over the next, however long this takes for me to post them all, there is some real face roll content here. Way too high for it to be this face roll. And of course, if you go all the way to the end of Alexandria, you're going to pay for that, because A12's no joke. A10 is, A12 isn't. But basically, just wrapping up the last of this, and that's it. So at this point, we are going to decide that we are going to skip the irrelevant trash and head over into the third part of this while I check my inventory. And the final boss of Xelphatol. And here we go. I do not know if this is actually the King of the Exile or just one hell of a summoner. He's one or the other. And you'll see why in a second. But again, for the boss, this is absurd. This is just stupid easy. Xelphatol. I hope I got that close. But basically wanting to summon Garuda to aid in the Exile cause, but also a few other things as well, as you'll see in the MSQ. Yep, there is a mapping of the realm on this as well. And here we go. That keeping up with the live pose in my duty list there, that is wondrous. That's the Wondrous Tales star. That's no joke. I'll show it to you sometime. That is not an easy thing to go through, because they will include everything. Now, the first thing you'll see grain circles, and again, much like a lot of the other stuff you see those kind of circles in, you get separated and toward the edge, take your licks, and then get back in there. Stacking mechanic, the 3x stacking mechanic that has become basically synonymous with most of 3.x content. Of course, they also put that in A12, and nobody seems to want to follow it for some strange reason or another. It's going to be fun. Yes, he's going to summon Garuda. Now, of course, I look around to see, okay, he's got Garuda. I'm checking, nope, Garuda is not. Yeah, that's Hawk. So Bill kind of getting pecked there, and of course, because he doesn't have enough crystals or whatever, he can only summon Garuda for a very short time. So it's like 1 or 2 AoE attacks, avoid the AoE, and there you go. But I mean, for this level of stuff is just... Yep, there's Hawk again as we get everybody stacked together again. Boink. Ingurgitate, and the Line Tech XLR2. But again, you look at this is not, it's just not that hard. I mean, you're going to summon Garuda again. They're going to get Arch healed here, get everybody healed. Hawk again, so there's another. Now take a look at that. That's a little interesting, but you can get that taken care of. And then, of course, Garuda does go with the Aerial Blast, the big attack. The Reckoning comes. But again, not as strong as the Garudas you've seen before, so, and can't stay that long. So, she leaves the playing field, and Tozel is on his own again. And again, I understand it's MSQ, but we are, getting pretty high up here into the 3X. This is, whoops, I'm about to take a doink to get the limit break off, but that's going to about do it. And there it is. That's Xelphatol. That is the 3-4 MSQ dungeon. Way too easy. And, we comment on it afterward. Yeah. There's the Pump Fist. I mean, it was fun, but it was easy. Yeah. And you get, 40 lore, 50 scripture, and then 50 lore for first timers. You also, if you're in the Wondrous Tales, you do get a bonus point. But again, it's 225. Drops 225 gear, 210 to get in. It's just, well, there it is. So that's my first 3-4 video, and plenty and lots 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 more coming to you from 3.4 with Starcade Hellraiser.